purpose of our practice. I do clearly remember 30th April 1978 when Babuji was in Bangalore celebrating his birthday. He gave a message. The initial part of the message he was saying, temperature outside can go up or down, can become really hot. But when you have air conditioned room set at 23 degrees or 20 degrees, it doesn't change much. It is set. Then he extends this philosophy and says, you have to air condition your heart. Don't let the temperature go up and down, emotional temperature. Maintain it. And that's why we have this idea of constant remembrance, but you can't fake it. Just by remembering someone, you are not able to change your inner landscape. One has to remain meditative. Having meditated for a few minutes in the morning, that meditative state has to extend as much as possible. If possible, 24/7. That is the idea behind the entire practice. And when you remain meditative, you are victorious on emotions. It's not that you don't enjoy or you don't become sad. All these things will happen. See, difficulties will be there, happiness will also be there. But that inner radar chooses not to respond and become miserable. Pain is there, but no misery is there. Pain is at a physical level. What affects most human beings is at emotional level. Oh, I have a headache. Good, it's all right. My husband didn't even look at me. He didn't even give me paracetamol. And you want to extend the problem and yet you give headache to that poor fellow. So you're not only disturbing your own heart, but you're disturbing others because you're not able to go through it yourself. The only way is this meditation. In message 30th April this year, I have talked at length on the idea of surrender. It is at the culmination of surrender that one opens the door of negation, what Lalaji Maharaj calls at a state of Bakaya Baka in his conversation with Babuji Maharaj. It only means, I'll explain to you further because to understand what this negation is all about, when we understand surrender. Surrender is also somewhere, it's a product, it's not an act, it's a fruit of our exercise. So I have put the whole progression in the form of questions. Is negation possible without surrender? Is surrender possible without proper love for the object to whom you are surrendering? Is love possible without admiration and appreciation? Is that also possible without some positive experiences? Are these experiences possible without practice? Now you can connect the dots. When we look at the beauty of surrender, it is not a defeatist attitude. In fact, surrender is not the right translation from its original Sanskrit, the word called Saranagati, to take a refuge at the feet of the Lord, lovingly. So when our ego is being dissolved, it will never be dissolved completely, though. And we need not dissolve it also. We need to refine it. That's what is called fana fana in the language Lalaji uses to Babuji. And even when the self is somehow transcended, then it is called baka baka. And interestingly, I would like to share an episode on this. Once I was in Shahjahanpur with Babuji. We were alone, and sometime around 4 o'clock, he asks me, "Can you please bring me the book?" I said, "Babuji, which book?" "Truth Eternal." So I went to grab the book from the office. He straight goes to the letter written by Lalaji to him. And that's where these two conditions are mentioned. Lalaji writes to him that you have crossed the stages of fana fana, and with the grace of God, now you're about to enter a state of baka baka. From the same source, you will be granted this condition. So then Babuji put down this book and started laughing actually. It was very childlike laughter. It says, then he asks me, "Where can you get a certificate like this?" He says, "I've been given the certificate that I have crossed Fana Fana, and state of Bakaya Baka will be granted from above." So these are very lofty conditions. And they all unfold not because of our planning or because of our strategies, but just practicing day in and day out and see how slowly everything opens up. We have to stay put with our practice.